Dun, 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 dun. Do the stand-up dance. Hey. Hey guys, Hector Castillo, Poppy from girlschase.com. Today we're going to talk about a very big topic that has been discussed many, many times in history, and I'm going to give the final word on it because I'm right. So, beauty versus the eye. Is beauty in the eyes of the beholder? Is it subjective? That's the question we're asking. Is beauty subjective? Now, I'm somewhat tempted to get into a discussion about the Platonic forms and beauty's true value, because there's the beautiful, the true, and the good. Those are the three ideals of what makes up, I guess, like the trinity of truth. And I think that it's a decent argument, and I think that if you could define beauty as like to its core, you can define truth, and you can define what is good and virtuous by that as well. Because it seems to me that when something is beautiful, whether it's a mathematical equation, a woman, a pristine mountain range, and just the sight is just, like, you could not see it and not be absolutely mesmerized by the beauty of nature. And for me, the woman's body is, besides space, I guess, like constellations, the most beautiful thing that there is. And so I may be a bit obsessed with women. It's a possibility. I will admit a bit of addiction to women and sex, but there is something to the definition of beauty, I think. And while everything in the phenomenal universe that's observable by the six senses, the normal five, and thought is subjective in some way, we know this just very empirically. One girl is not going to be considered a 10 by everyone. Even if it's a 10 and a fucking 9.9 to this person, there's some distinction. So it is subjective. However, in terms of practical definitions, and that's the only one we're really worried about, because we're not going to be able to give a perfect answer to something that is 100% beauty or 100% truth, because our language is flawed and it can't properly convey what truth would be. But when it comes to practicality, the science of seduction and the science of understanding attraction and how it is formed and how it melds into our interactions, I would say that beauty is subjective, but so there's some outliers to this, of course, but I was talking to a lover of mine actually before I came to film today, and I told her, hey, I'm gonna do a video on beauty and whether it's in the eyes of the beholder, and she said something very beautiful. Let's see exactly what she said. Okay, I'm good, about to film some videos. I will talk about, is beauty subjective? She responds, beauty is subjective, but if you're ugly, you're ugly. I thought that was very astute of an observation. She's not exactly a logician, but she is a woman, and women have a lot of very beautifully intelligent instincts that they're not always self-aware of, but they can really say some interesting things when they're compelled to. Beauty is subjective. You and I, if we see a 9, I think she's a 9. Even if you think she's a 7 or 7.5, you're going to say, yeah, she's got something. Maybe she's not, you've probably seen a girl who's like, wow, she's really beautiful. Like, she has good facial structure, like she has it all together, but I don't know, she just doesn't do it for me. And so that kind of lessens her value. Normally, yeah, objectively she's a 9, but I don't know, she just doesn't get me going, like she's an 8. But you're still going to recognize there's some kernel of beauty there. There's some of that essence, whatever it is, it's there. But this girl maybe does it more for me than this girl, but for you or this guy, this girl is better than this girl, and that is subjectivity. However, for the most part, when it comes to female beauty, I would say ugly is pretty like, no, like that girl's ugly, that girl is beautiful. Because for the most part, from a male point of view, beauty is mostly visual. Now, of course, women appreciate visuals, of course, but they will be more attracted to your behaviors. And that's why we teach a lot of behaviors at Girls Chase. Yes, you should have good fundamentals. Yes, you should, make a cool hairstyle. Not everyone's gonna like it, but try something interesting. Wear some piercings, maybe get a tattoo, or if you don't wanna do anything permanent, change your fashion, see how you look in a different outfit, get in good shape, get washboard abs. All these things are gonna be amazing. However, what's also going to be attractive, and possibly even more, because those get you in the door, but what really gets you laid is how you carry yourself, how you talk. Can you hold a conversation? Can you take that conversation somewhere interesting? Now, if you need help with this whole process, we have a course, One Date, in the description below, where it'll teach you how to meet girls and go from you haven't even met her, to meeting her, to getting her number, to getting on a date with her, talking to her, the date goes amazing, take her home, you fuck her, and then if you want, you can even turn her into a girlfriend, because most guys want that. And so if you want the complete process, One Date, it's in the description below, and it'll teach you everything you need to know. And I'm in it where I interview my mentor, Chase, about pretty much everything he knows about meeting girls, taking them home, and fucking them. And so it's a complete package, it's amazing, check it out, One Date. Now, for women, yes, they love fundamentals, but it's your game, it's your process. It's the way you know how to take that attraction and turn it into action. Because attraction is very different than action. That is game. That is very, very attractive to women. Now, you can meet a woman. She can make herself more attractive with the way she acts, for sure. But an ugly girl is still ugly. Now, for female point of view, beauty is very, very subjective. You can have a guy who looks like fucking, who's that? Joy Buscemi, or who's that fucking actor? Whenever I think of like an ugly person, he's the one who comes to mind. Buscemi. Yes. Steve Buscemi. Yeah, he's just fucking, that's an ugly motherfucker. I'm just fucking roasting this guy. He's probably a nice guy. He's probably interesting. Or maybe he's a complete dick. I don't know. But he's not very good looking. However, he's famous and he's an actor. And so he's going to be very, very attractive. On the other side, you can have a woman who is maybe famous, maybe rich, maybe not talented, like Amy Schumer, perhaps. She's not very funny, but she is famous and she has a lot of money. Doesn't make her any more interesting. Doesn't make her any more hot. I wouldn't fuck her even just to say I fucked Amy Schumer. And now, like, no, that's disgusting. So for men, beauty is mostly visual. For women, beauty is a mix. Practically, that is how you should approach beauty. However, if you really want to get into this philosophically, you need to start to understand reference frames. Why do you like the girls that you like? What has given you the proclivity to like girls who have this attitude or this type of body or this type of hair? If you go back into your past, you can probably find, oh, I fell in love with this girl and, you know, she kind of set the archetype for what is beautiful to me and gave me my first sense imprint of just that feeling of fucking magnificent beauty in front of me. And understand what frame of reference you're coming from when you see what is beautiful, and you can actually change what you see as beautiful. And this is especially gonna happen once you start to get more experience with girls. I say you don't really know what you want for a girlfriend unless you've probably fucked like 30 girls, like 50 girls. For me, I didn't truly know what I like until around 100. That's because I have a pretty wide net. I mean, I don't fuck ugly chicks, but I'll try a whole different range of girls. The business girl, the pizza planca, the fucking hippie, the hipster, the sports girl, like I'm just into all of them. And I found out what I liked from experience. And so my idea of what is beautiful has changed a lot. And I've learned how to not be such a slave to my dick. I still am, admittedly, but I've learned to recognize his tricks. And sometimes he will see a girl and make her seem really beautiful and tell me like, oh, Hector, she's gorgeous, go impregnate her. And then I'll take another look at her and I'll go, you know what? No, I just don't like her attitude. I don't like the way she walks. She doesn't have good posture. She seems like she has a shitty attitude. It might just be resting bitch face, but I can start to see through the veil of my attraction. And I start to tunnel into this idea of beauty and what really gets me fucking going. Because it's as much an idea as it is a feeling. And so if you want to have an amazing sex life and an amazing romance life, and you want to have the most fun with the girls you're with, I mean, yeah, sometimes you fuck just to fuck. But if you're going after the girls you truly consider beautiful, that's going to improve how happy you are with a lot of your life. And I don't advise women being the solution to everything, but they're pretty fucking good at solving a lot of problems and causing a lot of them. But once you understand your reference frames, what you're gonna start to do is you're gonna classify things into one of two ways. One, either you're gonna fuck her or you're not. Either she gets your dick hard or she fucking doesn't. In my opinion, if she gets your dick hard, fuck her. Who cares what anyone else says? If she gets you going, there's some girls who I'm like, I mean, you're cute, like you're passable, but like you're not exactly like anything interesting. Maybe you got a fat ass, you have something, you know, that redeems you. But I don't know, there's something about you that really gets me going. Fuck her, man. Some of the best sex you're gonna have is with those girls. Or if you really especially if you have an ego, and everyone's gonna have some level of an ego, but if like you really see pickup as an art and you know, you wanna get your achievements and you wanna see like how hot a girl really is, I would stray from the 10 system, even though it's pretty easy to kind of get an idea for a good metric. What you wanna start thinking of is a little bit more subjectively, because when you give numbers to something, you add the illusion sometimes that it is somewhat objective and measurable, whereas if you give it descriptions like pretty or cute, they're a little bit more pliable, and so you don't get locked in so much. So cute, pretty, beautiful, that's how I would rank it. She's cute, cute is just fuckable. Like she's right there, she's fuckable. Something about her, I like it. She's got nice lips. I don't know, I like girls with one leg. Maybe there's something about her that you're into. Pretty, she's girl next door. She's just like, to most guys, she's gonna be slightly above average, and that's perfect for most guys, to be honest. Then you're gonna have beautiful. Beautiful is like, you're starting to be a knockout. You're like an 8.5, creeping on a 9. Gorgeous, she's a fucking 9, and 9 is really as high as you go if we're using that system, because at that point things really get subjective, because like I said, you know if someone's ugly, but if someone's beautiful, it's kind of in the air, but you recognize they have some sort of beauty with them, and gorgeous is the next level of that. And then you have stunning. Stunning is just like, you see her and you're just like, you know, objectively you're just as beautiful as this girl, but fucking something. I don't know if it's written in the stars or DNA just fucking communicates on some level we don't understand. I don't know, I'm rock hard, pre-cum's dripping out my dick, and I wanna fucking shove it in every hole that you have. And those girls make the best girlfriends. You should have the girls who get you fucking going. Sometimes it takes a girl time to like unveil her beauty and really start to like move in ways that are sexy to you, because some girls are more conservative, blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, the first date you have with a girl, you'll start to go, fuck, I need to fuck you. And those girls you should turn into girlfriends. And if you need help, like I said, getting that process down where you can meet girls and get them to be your girlfriends or just have sex, definitely both. Check the description below. One date gives you the complete process that you need to take your girl from not knowing her to knowing her and knowing her very intimately, because you fucked her brains out. So check it out in the description below. Follow me on Instagram, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Hope you enjoyed the video, and go fuck yourself.